To buy that. No. Hello folks, having a bully day? I'm having a bully day. Pushing, pulling, lifting. Look at them muscles, huh? Just like my days at the fair. Care to tell me a bit about yourself? I used to sell the 7 Seas with the best of them. Better than the best of them. But found my true calling at the county fair, the strongest man-sized seal. They billed me as such. What do you mean your days at the fair? Now those were swell times. How people marveled at my feats of strength. Boy was I the cat's pajamas back then. Anyone could go up against me in a grand old bare-knuckle jamboree. But did they ever beat me, or best me? Baloney. So you like to fight, do you? Now. I'm not a violent guy, don't get me wrong. Make no mistake. But you know, there's no harm in a little roughhousing now and again. Putting on a show for the roaring crowd. Plenty challenged me in those days, but none managed to best Snorri. No, sir. Nobody, eh? I bet I could best you myself. Scrawny against brawny. Could have been a nice title fight at any fair. Here are the rules, hotshot. I'm gonna summon an item. Something only Snorri himself could smash. And if you manage to break it in 35 seconds, you'll have won the challenge. Don't go getting any pie-in-the-sky hopes, though. Pally pal. This will be nothing to sneeze at.
There she is, Newlawns. So what are you made of? Well, you've bested me indeed. I think I'll give this place the old 23 skidoo and find a worthy opponent in the Hall of Echoes. Sayonara!
Alright. Grab that back for Asuna. Now, technically what I should have done is equipped a stronger weapon when at it. I probably equipped this one and just absolutely hammered it, but I didn't think about it until just now. Okay, it appears Whirlwind is the upgraded version of Dust Devil, kinda. Alright, see what goodies he gave us. Okay, I might be glad I didn't buy that chest. Oh, it helps I try to ID the right one. 21 armor. The only thing it has better on it is air resist. Getting some really bad drops. 13 armor, shield specialist. That can be doable. Lose single-handed, lose lucky charm. This is better for high damage fights we may encounter. Okay. Picked up the key for this chest a little while ago. battering ram, red scroll, and identified cloth bracers. Oh, +1. Not what we wanted.
Greetings.
Oh, thanks to 7. Lucians, it's the Source Hunters. We're not going to die on this haunted cliff after all. Who's dying? We're just resting up. The calm before the storm. Those ghosties at Lighthouse won't know what hit them. About the ghosts at the Lighthouse. There's certainly something fishy happening. The light shines sure as the tides, though there has not been an attendant there for nearly 2 decades. Our platoon made a pact with Aureus. We'd check out the lighthouse, and if we made it back, we'd get a ticket home. What Aureus failed to mention was that it wasn't just the ghosts at the lighthouse we'd be worried about. It was every savage skeleton on the way there and back too. When we'd started, we were 7. Now Lucia and I were the last alive. Survival of the fittest, I say. We're just here, marshalling our strength before falling into the lighthouse with our swords blazing. Marshalling our strength indeed. To be honest, we've been shaking like chihuahuas, praying for a way out of this mess. And it seems the 7 have sent you. Malleus, your dignity's in puddles at your feet. As for me, an honorable soldier and servant of Rivellon, I'm not afraid to ask nicely. So, what do you say, Source Hunter? Will you check the lighthouse in the name of your comrades in arms? If Aureus sees this place is cleared, we'll be on the next ship out of Sicile and back to our families. We'll go to the lighthouse and straighten matters out. Yes? Let us know what you find.
Bye.
Alright, so some trouble at the lighthouse apparently. They've been sent out here to investigate it. No attendant for 2 decades, yet for whatever reason the light keeps shining. And an autosave.
The further we go, the more bodies we find heaped around.
We must be closing in on where they were headed.
Anyone familiar with any kind of RPG should know what an autosave typically means. 10 armor and special. This is going to be really interesting. We're going to start off with a bow. Here we have the ghoul that guards the lighthouse, along with a couple of puppies. We can just barely make out the silhouette of dead archer, exploded skeleton, and an undead archer. They moved a lot farther than I could. 6 AP for a fire arrow. 3 AP I can use for movement. Hope I'm not messing this up. I want to rethink this. If I miss this shot up, this whole fight's gonna get a lot harder. Don't have any explosive arrows. Okay, good enough. Took out 3 in one shot. The 2 archers that were a very big threat are gone. And we're just gonna go gung-ho at it. Guns a-blazing. We're gonna try our best to nuke the ghoul down first, then worry about the dogs. If we happen to be forced to kill one of them, you'll understand why. Let's see. We're going to put his turn off in favor of getting an elemental out. Luckily, Asuna is insanely armored right now. Okay, that was Inspire. Ooh, she's poisoned. Try to get Puppy on our side. It's one less thing to deal with, one less thing that can damage us. Which health is she missing? Yeah, we'll go ahead and heal her. That'll free up our casters to some of this. Kind of iffy about doing this because this is gonna possibly set some fires that I don't want. Yep, Austin is on, well, was on fire. And he is now... maybe? Our little charmed puppy is doing some work. Alright, the ghoul should die this turn. She'll have her bow equipped. Okay, even though he was invisible, we were still able to hold control and attack past him in order to hit him. Same for this one. We're gonna get a heal on Asuna since she's standing out in fire. Pass that turn. Pass his. Okay. Not doing anything until that fire is gone. Why is Kirito taking damage? So. Oh my gosh, that fire. Okay. Did not see that there. Don't run through the poison. Okay. We'll let Asuna pick up the stuff. Kirito's currently a little heavier than he should be. Okay, we're going to wait for the smoke to clear. Interesting. So it didn't drop this time. There's normally a unique weapon you can find up here called Clobber Time. It's a one-handed, I believe, unbreakable weapon. Not unbreakable, but no durability. Surely I didn't. Just did not drop. Forgot we still had our bow equipped. Well, we may just use that as our rat hunting tool. It's quite
I
effective.
see your eyes before me still. Would that I could drown in their endless azure and end this torment. The cold white sea, and I, the
Spotted something interesting.
darkened lighthouse. Oh, folly! Oh, grievous sin! Dearest Desdemona, I see your eyes.
There we go.
before me still.
Maybe we'd finally get him.
Would that I could drown in their endless azure and end this torment. The waves, the cold wide sea, and I, the maniac in the darkened lighthouse. Oh, folly! Oh,
Greetings!
What is this? Living eyes that can see the shape of death? Avert your gaze, wanderer. We were looking upon the phantom of a murderer. Tell me about yourself. Samson was the name, a long time ago. I know not why upon my death I became a ghost, doomed to haunt this tower. Perhaps the gods heard my crime and stripped me of my rightful place in their eternal realm. If so, their punishment was just. Each night I wake with flame in the lighthouse. I wake the flame in the lighthouse to repent for my wretched sin. You call yourself a murderer. Why? That indeed is the tainted title I must bear, and deservedly so, for 15 years ago, to the day, it was I that sat atop my lighthouse, the flame unlit, and watched as the pitiable ship, crashed upon the cliffs, got devoured by great waves. Deliberately had I forgone my duty. Willfully did I condemn every soul aboard to a salty sleep on the bed of an indifferent sea. Why did you do it? Why did I commit this act of blackest horror? Jealousy, anger, the bitter anguish of a broken heart? These are the ancient ills that drove me to my madness. Desdemona was on board, as I knew she would be, my wife, a delicate beauty for whom I was sure she was betraying me with her friend, the dashing Faladar. Possessed as I was by the demons of envy, ire, and torment, I decided that if I had her love no longer, only death could take her for his mistress. And so I sat here, coldly and calmly, as I delivered them both into the deep. Yet no sooner had the waters closed its spawning jaws around the perishing vessel below that the extent of my offense dawned on my beleaguered mind. Overcome with guilt, I sought escape through the hangman's noose, but rest was not to come. I heard there might be an undead lair here. Do you know anything about that? Skeletons roam the lands, restless as the troubled soul. But you'll not find their lair here. Some scuttle by now and again, but most of the time I reside here in solitude. Solitude and silence. I'll take my leave.
Bye! The ship, the waves, the cold, wild sea, and I, the maniac in the darkened lighthouse. Oh,
We have a dialogue. Quite a story that the ghost had to tell. Not every day one hears about a lighthouse keeper sinking a ship just because his wife had proven to be unfaithful. These are the kind of choices that are kind of odd, because neither one of these seem to be quite the way Kirito would react. We'll go with the second one. Contemptible man if I ever met one. May hell be his eventual fate. I don't know if I agree with that. There's no denying he did evil. But who has never been driven to desperation by the pangs of lost love? Forgiving him. Okay. Go figure. Once again, playing in character, they get the opposite of what I would ideally have wanted.
Back again?
How did it go? Don't spare any details. We need to make a full report to the captain. Now that's an interesting story. Bring the grit from your ears and I'll tell you all about it. Indeed, there's a story worthy of an audience. So let me get this straight. There's a ghost inside operating the lighthouse, and you managed to do away with the bad beasties at the base of the thing? Sounds like a job well done. I'm sure Aureus will be thrilled to hear what we did. Another triumph for Legion. Daring do. If this doesn't buy us a ticket home, nothing will.
Bye.
Did I get us anything? Altruistic for both of them. Lost bartering. It's a shame. That drop us down to 1. Okay, anyway, we are done with this area for now, so we'll port back.